Hi, welcome to Cook, Learn, Grow. I'm Lori Hines, and I'm here today with another cooking lesson. This one's a little bit different. This one is going to be a book cook. So we're going to listen to a story out of a book I'm going to read to you, and then we're going to cook something related to the book. This cooking lesson, this book is really great for kiddos who are learning their alphabet, their letters. This story is also good for people who love anything about America, who are patriotic. This is also a great cooking lesson for people who love simple desserts that are based around a theme. And so I'm excited to share with you today this cooking lesson. We're going to be making red, white, and blue parfaits to go along with this story. You ready? Here comes the book. It is America, a Patriotic Primer. Isn't that awesome looking, the artwork? It's by Lynn Cheney. Here we go. Let's see. I love the artwork in this book. It's just fantastic. So A is for America, the land that we love. B is for the birthday of this nation of ours. C is for the Constitution that binds us together. D is for the declaration that proclaimed we are free. E is for equality. The Declaration of Independence established the principle that all are created equal and have God-given rights to live, to be free, and to pursue happiness. Over the years, more and more of us have been able to enjoy these rights equally. F is for freedom and the flag that we fly. G is for God, in whom we trust for all things, all ways, all times. This is a picture of Main Street, USA. It says, God bless America. A picture of the very first Thanksgiving when the Pilgrims landed and had their very first meal with our Native American friends who helped us. What letter's next? H. What do you think H is for? H is for heroes. And I is for ideas. Ideas that make our country great. Our country was an idea until people got here and started working hard and took those ideas and made them reality. Kind of like what we're doing now. We're taking our cooking classes and making them online so that you can see these. It's just an idea. So H is for heroes. I is for ideas. What comes after I? H-I-J. J is for Jefferson. Do you know who that is? Jefferson, in 1776, several hundred years ago, there was a man named Thomas Jefferson who wrote a very important a very important document, a very important letter. It was more than a letter. It was called the Declaration of Independence. He was the first Secretary of State, the second Vice President, and finally he was our third President. Thomas Jefferson. J is for Jefferson. K is for King. K-I-N-G. King, as in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who fought for justice through prayers, peaceful marches, and some of the most powerful words our nation has ever heard. There's a picture of Dr. King, a beautiful illustration. What's after K? L, one of my favorite letters. L is for Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president who guided our nation during a very difficult time, the Civil War. He was determined that we could continue to be a single nation, just like our current president, Trump, is determined to help us continue as a single nation. M is for Madison. James Madison, who was our fourth president, was so important when our nation was getting started that he was called the father of the Constitution. He was primarily responsible for the Bill of Rights. You can see here he's writing the Bill of Rights. Next letter on our alphabet is N, as in Native Americans. who came here first and who were very helpful to us when we arrived to establish, showing our pilgrims how to plant food, how to hunt, how to live here. We are so thankful for the Native Americans. After N is O. O is for oath, which people who become Americans, they take an oath. It's a promise, it's a declaration to abide by our laws and our citizenship and to help make our country great. Next up is P. P is for patriotism. Patriotism is when you are proud of your country, and it fills our hearts with pride to be a patriot of America, to help keep America great and to work together to be one United States of America. So P is for patriotism. Q is for America's quest for the new, the far, and the very best. Even during hard times, we still have a quest to see new days coming, better days coming, and they will. They always have, and they always will. We are thankful for the quest of Americans' spirit. R is for the rights we are guaranteed. Our basic rights are set forth in the Constitution and its amendments. The first 10 amendments are called the Bill of Rights. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, the freedom of the right to keep and bear arms, the right to a trial by jury, and the right to vote. After R comes the letter S. S is for suffrage. Do you know what that means? A long time ago, in 1848, in Seneca Falls, New York, women began a long struggle for suffrage, or the right to vote. Did you know that? That years ago, women did not have the right to vote, but a group of women in Seneca Falls, New York came together and began to fight for the right for us to vote. In 1920, their voting rights were recognized all across the nation. And this is a page dedicated to those women. Miss Mott, Lucy Stone, Alice Paul, Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Sojourner Truth, Carrie Chapman Catt, Amelia Bloomer, and Miss Esther Hobart Morris. Miss Morris. S is for suffrage, or the right to vote. T is for tolerance. Free to think and behave and pursue happiness in our own way, that we recognize the right of others to do the same. U is for United States. Our country is big. Our people come from every part of the world, but different as we are all part of a single nation. We are united. We are the United States of America. We must work together, come together, help each other, support each other, and stay the United States of America. Look at this grand country, how big it is. Can you see that? Do you see your city, your state? Do you live on the East Coast? Do you live on the West Coast? Do you live in the northern part or the southern part of our great United States of America? I live right here in the great state of Texas. V is our next letter. V is for valor. Do you know what valor is? Valor is shown by those who keep us free, who are strong and brave. Courageous people went to World War II to help defeat bad people and made us a free country, a free world. Yep, valor is when soldiers go out and fight battles for us to keep us free. Those are people who have valor. People that stand up for right, for righteousness. Next up is W. W is for Washington. Washington is the last name of a very famous man. You probably have heard his name, George Washington. He was our very first president. He is called the father of our country. Brave in battle and dignified always, he was celebrated as the man who unites all hearts. There's George Washington. Next up is X. X marks the spot. These are all very special special, famous spots in our country. Lexington and Concord is where the Revolutionary War began. Yorktown, Virginia is where the Revolutionary War ended. Washington, D.C. is a very special place. It is where our nation's capital is and has been for more than 200 years. New York City is where George Washington became our very first president. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you might know it by the Liberty Bell, is where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were signed. Oh, back up here, we almost forgot. So important. Plymouth, Massachusetts. This is where the Pilgrims landed when they came to this new country and established the United States of America. Why? Why is for you and all of you who will be in this greatest of countries, the land of the free. Do you see yourself there? This is for you. You're part of the United States of America. And Z. Z is the end of our alphabet, but not of America's story. Strong and free, we will continue to be an inspiration to the world in good times and bad. America, the United States of America. All right, so let's cook our little dessert that we have for our book, America, a Patriotic Primer. So we're gonna make a red, white, and blue parfait. Super easy. There's about maybe 4 ingredients. The first ingredient is gonna be graham cracker crumbs. Then I have got blueberries and strawberries chopped up. And I'm gonna make some whipped cream. So in my big bowl here, I have heavy whipping cream, and I'm gonna add a splash of vanilla. Just a splash, really it's gonna be a teaspoon. And I'm gonna add some powdered sugar to it. How much? Well, I'm gonna add about 1/4 of a cup to a cup of heavy cream. So let's add our powdered sugar. All right. I think I'm gonna try to move my camera down so you can see me whisking. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Wish me luck. We're low tech here at CookLearnGrow. Okay, no, it's not gonna turn. It's okay. You can see it. I'm gonna whisk. Remember whisking, if you've seen some other cooking videos, whisking is going in circles really fast, like this. Stirring is going in circles slow. We want to whisk fast circles. Why? Because you want to get a lot of air into that cream so you can whisk it into fluffy, creamy whipped cream. So I'm gonna whisk this together really quickly. And when you're whisking cream, at first it looks like melted ice cream. Gotta keep whisking. Can you see this? Keep whisking. And then you're gonna keep whisking until it gets thick like mayonnaise. Takes a few minutes. You can switch arms if your arms get tired. So I'm just whisking. There. And you keep going and you stop when you think you're getting close and you test it. How do you test it? Like this. You scoop some of the cream up with your whisk and you hold your whisk straight up. Now if it begins to drip, you're not there yet. You gotta keep whisking. So keep going. Keep going. And after a few minutes, you want to test it again. Here we go. You ready? Let's see if it drips. Is it dripping? It is, but it's not dripping as much. It's getting thicker, so we're getting close. Now, keep going. Now, here's the thing. You can go too far. You can whisk too much. If you whisk it too much, it's going to turn into butter. And we don't want butter. We want whipped cream. So don't go too, so always stop and check after a couple of seconds. Here we go. Check time. Is it dripping? It's not. It's got a little curve, we call that a soft peak right there. See, it's curving? That is as much as we want. We're done. No more whisking. Now it's time to put it all together. So I have this little glass serving dish here. All you want to do is you want to layer things. Layer means putting one ingredient here, and then on top of that ingredient, you put another one, and then another one, and another one. And it makes kind of like a pretty pattern. So I'm going to take some graham cracker crumbs, and I'm going to put it in a little dish. Just a spoonful. And then I'm going to put a spoonful of blueberries next, right on top of that. And you can do it in any order you want. So I've got graham cracker crumbs and blueberries. Next, I'm going to add a spoonful of strawberries on top of the blueberries. Kind of spread them out a little bit. You can see. And now I'm going to add some of our whipped cream. A spoonful of that right on top of the strawberries. And I'm going to kind of, with the back of the spoon, just kind of gently spread it. You don't even have to do that if you don't want. You can just put a dollop right on top. All right. There's our red, white, and blue. Now I'm also going to put another, so that's one layer. I'm going to repeat the pattern. So what was the first one? The first one was graham cracker crumbs, just a spoonful, right on top of the whipped cream. Then I'm going to do blueberries, right on top of the graham cracker crumbs. There's more blueberries, maybe a few more. Yeah, looking nice. And then what's next after blueberries? Do you remember? Strawberries. Okay. This is looking delicious and it's looking very patriotic. Red, white, and blue, like the United States of America. I love my country. We have a wonderful country. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? Now the last thing is our whipped cream. That's gonna be the last layer. So I'm gonna scrape it out of our big bowl. I'm gonna put it right on top of the strawberries. Okay, it looks so nice and creamy. Beautiful. Now, I like to garnish my food. Do you know what garnish means? Say garnish with me. Garnish. Garnish means when you decorate the top of your food. So there's our basic recipe. Graham cracker crumbs, blueberries, strawberries, and homemade whipped cream. Now my garnish, my decoration is going to be a single blueberry right in the middle and a piece of strawberry right next to the blueberry. Like that. Isn't that cute? So simple. And that is a red, white, and blue parfait. Perfect for a day when you want to be patriotic. You want to show your patriotism in what you cook. It's also a great simple dessert, and I hope you make it. And I'm so glad to share this with you. Thank you for joining me here on Cooking with Cook, Learn, Grow. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, and happy cooking from Cook, Learn, Grow.